The movie starts with a family enjoying a vacation, fishing by the lake. It's important to mention that the father of this family is the most infamous mafia boss in America. Therefore, many of his business rivals want him dead. Shortly after, the youngest son of the family, named Liam, spots a motorboat approaching them in the middle of the lake. However, his father ignores it, thinking it's just someone else on vacation like them. However, the motorboat keeps getting closer, and then the driver takes out a weapon, killing the father and all the family members. Apparently, the attacker turns out to be hired thugs from Liam's father rivals who want him dead. In that tragic incident, only Liam survives, although he sustains severe injuries to his tailbone. 60 years later, we see a mafia group celebrating in the backyard of a house. With the leader of the mafia group is Liam, who is now old. Since the tragedy that took his family, Liam has been paralyzed, relying on a wheelchair for 60 years. Despite his condition, Liam is determined to live and has risen to become the mafia boss, continuing his late father's legacy. Liam is also renowned for his strategic intelligence and precise shooting skills, earning him respect from everyone. Shortly after, Liam is greeted by his new neighbor named Amanda, where she offers him a pie she baked herself as a way of introducing herself. After that, Liam graciously accepts it, and they engage in conversation. In the evening, Liam and his 5 henchmen continued their celebration, marking their growing success in business. Liam is a mafia boss involved in drug trafficking and illegal arms trade. Despite his notorious reputation, Liam is known for being kind to the local residents and neighbors, as he conducts his business abroad and doesn't bring trouble to the area around. Liam's 5 henchmen are his trusted associates, sharing a close bond with him. Among them is Liam's nephew and right-hand man named Edward, who has remained loyal to Liam and accompanies him everywhere. Sometime later, Amanda is seen having an argument with her boyfriend. It's revealed that Amanda has been mistreated by her boyfriend, who is a heavy drug user and treats her roughly. The following evening, Edward is observed bringing 2 women to Liam's residence. It becomes evident that these women were brought in to please Liam. The next day, Amanda is seen conversing with her neighbors. They suggest to her that she should separate from her boyfriend, especially after Amanda endured another violent treatment, leaving visible bruises on her face. Amanda can only remain silent because, truthfully, she no longer desires to live with her boyfriend. At the same time, her boyfriend unexpectedly calls her, urging her to come inside. Later that day, Liam intentionally visits Amanda's house to return the plate from the pie she gave him earlier. At that moment, Liam inquires about Amanda's injuries, noticing her bruised eyes. Amanda then reveals that it was her boyfriend's doing, as he often behaves violently towards her. She also admits that she can't bear to continue living with him. However, Amanda is unsure how to end her relationship with her boyfriend. Upon hearing this, Liam mentioned he could make Amanda's boyfriend disappear, perhaps permanently. However, Amanda brushed off Liam's remark, considering it merely a joke. Later that night, while Liam was at home, he unexpectedly received a call from an unfamiliar number. The caller claimed to be the individual responsible for his wife's death in the past. 10 years ago, Liam had a wife but no children. Regrettably, Liam's wife was fatally shot by someone from a distance. Upon hearing this admission, Liam promptly requested the caller's address, and oddly enough, the person immediately provided it, with details indicating they were currently in the hospital. That night, Liam watched Amanda's boyfriend as he took out the trash. At first, the boyfriend seemed uneasy and spoke harshly to Liam. However, Liam apologized politely and pretended to seek help from him to fix a jammed gun inside the house. The boyfriend, pretending to be knowledgeable about guns, agreed to follow Liam into his home. Once inside, Liam led him to a room and aimed a gun at him. At that moment, the boyfriend pleaded for mercy and asked what he had done wrong. Where Liam responded that people like him didn't deserve to live, so he shot him. The following day, Liam and Edward buried Amanda's boyfriend, whom Liam had killed the previous night. Afterward, they went to the hospital to confront the caller who claimed to have shot Liam's wife. When they arrived, they found the caller in critical condition. Approaching him, Liam asked if he was indeed the one who shot his wife and asked for the reason. The man then explained that he had terminal cancer and wanted to confess his past sins before he died. At that moment, he revealed that his target was actually Liam himself, not his wife, but he missed and hit his wife because they were in a hot air balloon at the time. The man also confessed that he acted on orders from Liam's 5 henchmen scene at the beginning of the film. This revelation enraged Liam, who never suspected his loyal henchmen were traitors. Before leaving, Liam thanked the man for admitting his wrongdoing and telling everything. However, Liam also had to kill the man because he had been willing to be ordered by Liam's 5 henchmen. After leaving the hospital, Liam and Edward went straight to his wife's grave, where Liam vowed to avenge his wife's death by confronting his 5 disloyal henchmen. The following day, Edward prepared their weapons as they planned to confront and eliminate the traitorous henchmen. Before departing, Liam bid farewell to Amanda, assuring her that she would no longer be bothered by her abusive boyfriend. Unaware that Liam had already dealt with her boyfriend, Amanda felt relieved as he had not bothered her recently. After that, Liam expressed his love for Amanda and promised to return after settling his mission. He intended to ask her out on a date. Upon hearing this, Amanda smiled and eagerly awaited Liam's return. After their conversation, Liam and Edward had to part ways as Liam had urgent business to attend to. During their journey, they headed straight for Liam's first target, one of his henchmen who ran a nightclub in a nearby city. Upon reaching the nightclub, they discovered an illegal underground fighting event taking place. At that moment, Liam fired his gun into the air to get attention. The owner of the nightclub, one of Liam's henchmen named Anton, approached him, wondering why Liam had arrived unannounced. Liam then explained that he was there to seek vengeance for his wife's death. Unable to keep up the lie, Anton confessed that the attack was meant for Liam, not his wife, admitting their mistake. In the past, the 5 henchmen were eager to remove Liam so they could expand their operations locally. Apparently, Liam always refused to conduct his drug and illegal arms business locally, insisting it be done abroad. Now, they no longer saw the need to eliminate Liam, as each of them had established their own businesses. So, Anton urged Liam to forget about the past, emphasizing that they should focus on the present and maintain their business. However, Liam was resolute and declared his intention to eliminate all 5 of his henchmen, including Anton. Without delay, Liam took action and killed Anton immediately. Sometime later, a man named Shin Bowie got into trouble with a cop for riding his motorcycle without a helmet. Instead of cooperating, he ended up fighting the policeman, causing chaos. Despite the policeman drawing his gun, Shin Bowie managed to grab it and fatally shoot the officer. At the same time, Liam and Edward watching him from a distance, who was one of Liam's henchmen and their next target. An hour later, Shin Bowie returned home, unaware that Liam and Edward were already there to confront him. However, Liam instructed Edward to remain in the car while he went inside alone. Within minutes, Liam severely wounded Shin Bowie, then dragged him outside and ruthlessly finished him off. With Shin Bowie dealt with, Liam returned to the car, leaving only 3 targets remaining. The scene then shifted to the 3 remaining henchmen who were now targeted by Liam, where Candy, Dwarf, and Lewis gathered after learning about the deaths of Anton and Shin Bowie. Realizing that Liam might come after them next, they decided to be more cautious. The following day, Candy reached out to Liam to ask if he was indeed hunting them. Liam confirmed their fears, vowing to eventually take down Candy and her companions. Liam explained that he sought vengeance for his wife's death, which they were responsible for. Feeling remorseful, Candy proposed making amends and putting the past behind them. Liam then directed Candy and her 2 friends to meet at his old workshop if they wanted to avoid their fate. Eventually, Candy agreed to Liam's terms and promised to meet him there the next morning. The next day, Liam and Edward reached the workshop ahead of time, where Liam instructed Edward to keep a lookout while he waited for Candy and her companions. Before long, Candy, Dwarf, and Lewis arrived together. Liam immediately armed himself upon their arrival. With his intention wasn't reconciliation, but to eliminate all 3 of them. Eventually, a shootout ensued among them. In the midst of the battle, Edward, who was assisting Liam from a distance, managed to kill Dwarf. Meanwhile, Candy sneaked into the workshop through another entrance and was now right behind Liam. But when Candy was about to kill Liam, she suddenly fell into a trap that he had prepared. Without hesitation, Liam immediately killed Candy. As Liam was about to leave, he was attacked from behind by Lewis. Fortunately, Liam cleverly managed to kill him. In the end, Liam successfully killed all 5 of his henchmen who had betrayed him, and his vengeance was finally satisfied. The following day, Liam went over to Amanda's house to fulfill his promise of taking her out for a date. At that moment, Amanda happily accepted his invitation since she also liked Liam. That evening, Liam took Amanda to one of his favorite cafes, where he asked Edward to keep an eye on Amanda's son, who was a bit troublesome. While at the cafe, Liam attempted to entertain Amanda with some stand-up comedy. But when Amanda goes to the restroom, suddenly a woman follows her and kidnaps her. Liam then realizes that Amanda has disappeared and immediately tries to find her outside the cafe. Shortly after, Liam learns from a customer that Amanda was taken by a blonde woman. Realizing she's been kidnapped, he decides to go home for now. The next day, Liam can only daydream because he doesn't know where to look for Amanda or who kidnapped her. Shortly after, Amanda's son approaches Liam, begging him to bring his mother back. Liam then promises to bring Amanda back safely. In the afternoon, Liam leaves Amanda's son with their neighbor because he and Edward will start searching for Amanda and eliminate those who kidnapped her. Not long after, Liam receives a call from a mafia boss named Brandon, who is Liam's business rival. During the call, Brandon asks Liam to come to his headquarters and exchange Amanda for a flash drive containing Liam's big client data. Upon hearing this, Liam and Edward immediately set off to rescue Amanda. Sometime later, Liam and Edward met with Brandon at his headquarters, where he immediately asked Liam to show whether he brought the flash drive. After that, Brandon invited Liam to join his gang, to make their mafia group bigger and unbeatable. Brandon also offered a large sum of money if Liam agreed to join them. However, Liam refused because he didn't come there to make peace, but to kill them all. With just a few shots, Liam managed to kill Brandon and his two assistants. Meanwhile, the blonde woman who kidnapped Amanda managed to escape to another room, and Edward quickly untied Amanda and armed her. Unexpectedly, Amanda asked permission from Liam because she wanted to take revenge on the blonde woman who had captured her. Upon hearing this, Liam happily allowed her to kill the blonde woman, while he and Edward would kill Brandon's remaining henchmen. Unfortunately, in the midst of the battle, Edward was shot by one of Brandon's henchmen, where Liam promptly retaliated and managed to defeat them all. Realizing that his time was short, Edward asked Liam to leave with Amanda. On the other hand, Amanda had cornered the blonde woman and was pointing a weapon at her. The blonde woman begged for mercy and promised to repent. However, Amanda ignored her words and killed the blonde woman. In the end, Liam succeeded in killing Brandon and all his henchmen, although Edward became a victim. 2 days later, Liam was seen bidding farewell to Amanda. Initially, she reminded Liam of his promise to live together. But Liam canceled that promise because he realized that anyone close to him would only endanger their safety. After that, Liam decided to live alone to prevent further casualties in the future. Liam then went to the edge of the lake where he and all his family members were massacred. At that moment, Liam could only reminisce about all the childhood memories with his family, where he also promised that from now on, he would retire and move to another country to live a normal life like everyone else, and the movie ended. Moral lesson from the story: if you fish with a mafia boss, make sure to check the motorboats, or you might end up with more than just a big catch and a sore tailbone. And remember, if someone offers you a pie, make sure they're not plotting to kidnap you for a flash drive exchange.